Hello and welcome to Braveheart Tanzania's Safari Highlights. My name is Liz Kisiri. I'm the Managing Director here at Braveheart Tanzania. Braveheart Tanzania is a Tanzanian-owned, Tanzanian-based travel company specializing in customized travel experiences within Tanzania and Zanzibar. So we have a unique number of itineraries on our Braveheart Tanzania website that are carefully curated by the team based on our first-hand knowledge of all things Tanzania. Our Safari Highlights videos are a series of brief clips that we put together in order to give you an overview of our customizable safari experiences. So these videos are in no way meant to replace an actual safari consultation. We do want to speak with you before you book your dream adventure. We must speak with you before you do that. This is simply a breakdown of an existing tour on our website and overview of how our tours operate overall. Our focus today will be on one of our client favorites, which is the Highlights of Tanzania Bronze Experience. Now, Braveheart Tanzania has 4 tiers of safari: Bronze, Silver, Gold, and Platinum. The Highlights of Tanzania tour is available in all 4 tiers, which you can view on the Braveheart Tanzania website. So that's bravehearttanzania.com. The main differences between the tiers is the hotels or the lodging, the mode of transportation. So that's a 4x4 vehicle versus a bush plane. The type of vehicle is usually determined by where your camp or lodge is located. So whether it's in a national park or a private conservancy. So those are things that we can definitely talk about in more detail once you have your consultation. But overall, one thing to remember is that you will always have a 4x4 safari vehicle. You will always have a window seat and an English-speaking driver, regardless of the tier you go for. So the Highlights of Tanzania Bronze Experience is an 8-day, 7-night customizable safari tour that would have you arriving at Kilimanjaro International Airport and spending your first night in Arusha, which is a town in northern Tanzania, and the safari hub when you come into the country. You would spend 2 nights in Tarangire National Park, followed by a half day in Lake Manyara National Park on your way to the Ngorongoro Conservation Area. So in total, you'll spend 2 nights in that region, in the Ngorongoro region. After that, you will spend 3 nights in the Serengeti National Park, which is the mother of all parks in the Northern Circuit. That's where you'll get the ultimate Big 5 experience: the vast open savannas, lion, elephant, rhino, buffalo, cheetahs, gazelle, crocs, etc. That's right, you've got 5 locations over 8 days in a nice, steady pace, not rushed at all. It's an excellent value tour. It's a great option for anybody's first time in Tanzania. And as I mentioned, it is customizable. So if you want to add or reduce time in a location, you can definitely do that. The accommodation used for this tour is on the 3 to 3.5 star range by international standards. In Arusha, you'd have 1 night at the Mount Meru Hotel, which is a standard city hotel, large establishment, and it's on a breakfast basis. So you have a queen-size bed, air conditioning, private washroom, etc. In Tarangire, you'll have your first taste of the African bush with a stay at a premium tented lodge. So that's the Burunge Tented Lodge. You'll have all the creature comforts and amenities of a hotel. So your private flush loo, running water, queen-size bed, electricity, swimming pool, etc. But your room would be a luxury tent raised on a wooden platform. So you're under canvas with a luxury 3-star hotel experience. In Karatu, which is located in the Ngorongoro region, you'll stay at Kloma Lodge for 2 nights, where you'll have cottage-style rooms overlooking beautiful green gardens. So it's not a tented experience. But when you head over to the Serengeti, you'll spend 3 nights at Kubu Kubu Tented Lodge, situated in central Serengeti. So that's called Serenera, and that is Big Cat Central. And Kubu Kubu is a premium camp which has Wi-Fi. All units are raised on a wooden platform. You'll have a private veranda with an indoor and outdoor shower for a truly special wild safari experience. On day 8, you will fly back to Arusha in the morning. You'll enjoy an amazing lunch in Arusha before being dropped off at the airport, either to catch your flight home or for a connecting flight to your next destination. If you wish to extend your safari experience, a lot of clients prefer to add a few nights in Zanzibar for a few nights of beach and relaxation on the island. It's part of Tanzania, therefore you don't need to worry about visa costs or additional COVID testing or anything of that nature. I should mention there are several COVID test clinics located within the safari destinations and in Arusha and Moshi. So if you are going to be flying back home, by home I mean anywhere that's outside of Tanzania, we can definitely arrange for you to have the testing done. Let's talk safari inclusions. Our standard itineraries would include your accommodation, private 4x4 safari vehicle, and the company of a local English-speaking guide, along with your meals on a full board basis, unless indicated. There are some itineraries like the gold and the platinum options that are on an all-inclusive basis, but for the bronze, the standard is usually on full board basis, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You should also have park fees included and any domestic flights as indicated. So I mentioned before that there is a flight from Central Serengeti, which is Serenera, back into Arusha. So that is an optional flight. If you would prefer to take the long way back to Arusha, we can definitely accommodate that. But for the most part, after several days of driving and being on the road, on the last day, especially with a connecting flight either to a next destination, which could be within Tanzania or overseas, it makes sense to just have a short flight over back into the city. For what's not included, our itineraries do not include the cost of international flights. We do not include the cost of visas, trip insurance, which is mandatory and highly recommended, especially during this time. The tour does not include the cost of tips or any personal expenses. It doesn't include any cost of inoculation, PCR tests, rapid tests, or any medical tests required for you to gain entry into Tanzania and Zanzibar. So these are the current entry requirements as of March 2020. I have to mention the date because things do change from time to time. As of right now, you do need a valid passport in order to gain entry into Tanzania. You will need a visa depending on where you're coming from. Tanzania does have an e-visa service that is very straightforward and easy to use. We highly recommend using that e-visa service so that you can obtain your visa in advance. Depending on your country of origin, the negative PCR test must be taken within 72 to 96 hours prior to arrival in Tanzania. For current information on entry requirements, please visit the link below. It's to the Ministry of Health, and it has the most up-to-date information on the entry requirements into Tanzania, along with a travel guide. That's all for me today. As I mentioned, this is in no way meant to replace a pre-safari consultation, so please connect with us to further discuss your dream tour and how we can make that happen for you. You can email us at info@bravehearttanzania.com. You can email me directly at liz@bravehearttanzania.com, or you can email bravehearttanzania@gmail.com. There is a phone number that you can call directly, which is also reachable via WhatsApp. And you can also follow us on our social media platforms. Thank you so much for listening. Asante sana. Have a great day.